I've been in the CRO industry for roughly 5 years now, and I still can't wrap my head around how many people just do not understand what conversion rate optimization actually means. I just recorded this video once before, but I forgot to record my screen, but it's super important that you see it, so I'm just gonna redo it. But most people, when they think about conversion rate optimization, they literally think only about conversion rate. That's all they think about. But if you think about what actually drives the revenue, sorry, my laptop's lagging a little bit on the roads today. So if you actually think about revenue, it's not only conversion rate. The first thing is you have the traffic. Then most people, yeah, they think traffic times conversion rate, that's going to be my revenue. But no, actually, if you just decrease your price to 0, your conversion is going to go to 100%, and you're still not going to make any money because you have the AOV. And then the really advanced ones also take into consideration that there's a lifetime value. So that's like the full formula. But most people, when they think about CRO and doing changes on their online shop, they only care about the conversion rate, which does not make any sense in the first place. But then it gets even better. And I'm sorry, I just have to rant about this today because it makes me angry to see that even 9-figure brands, and sometimes even brands that do more than $1 billion in revenue in a year, do not understand this. So I'm gonna do a sketch, and excuse me if it's not straight. I don't have my mouse or trackpad, anything. Like, I only have the trackpad on the laptop, no mouse. But yeah, let's see. So let's say this right here is 100% of your traffic. Then if we go in here, that is 97% of the traffic. And now guess what most people only focus on? Exactly. On the 3% of traffic that convert. They don't pay any attention to the 97% of all the people. It's like, yeah, that's like, I don't even know if I have a metaphor for that, but it's literally just like you're paying so much money, let's say you're throwing a party. You're spending millions of euros a year to get them to the party, and then you like maybe only focus on the 3% that buy drinks, and the other 97% you don't even care about them, and you don't even track what they do. Like, maybe they are becoming free promoters, maybe they share stuff from you, maybe they sign up for something or sign up for the next event, or they buy, I don't know, a discount to get drinks cheap at the next event, whatever. But that's pretty much like it is. And in reality, in the ecom world, these 97% of people are taking actions. Maybe not directly transactional, but I put on here, they are taking actions like they sign up to your newsletter. They might download something. They might read a page that's putting in a pre-frame. They might sign up to your WhatsApp newsletter. There are literally so many things. These are like the core 3 things and big things that we see that companies have: app, website, newsletter, that actually are worth something. They are not worth 0. Because if you get somebody in your app, that person is probably likely in the future to spend something. Same with the newsletter. Like, let's say you get 1,000 people on a newsletter. Like, probably 5 or 6 will end up buying something. So then if you divide the entire revenue by these 1,000 newsletter signups, you have an average economic value per newsletter sign-up. So you actually make money every single time a person decides to put in their email, or same with the app. However, most people still, when they talk about conversion rate optimization, they only think about the conversion rate. And I just want to try and show you the big picture. So what the big companies like Airbnb, Booking.com, Amazon, what they all have in common and what they do similar, they actually look at the primary economic values and the secondary values. So the primary values, also one thing I really want to explain to you. Like, you don't just magically increase the conversion rate. You go the layer below and you try to figure out what metrics are actually influencing the metric I want to move the needle. And then you go even deeper. What tactics or strategies can I do and try to actually move that metric? So let's solve the conversion rate. The conversion rate is pretty much made up by 3 main metrics that you can track how many people add something to their cart, how good is the checkout rate from the add to cart to the checkout, and then how good is the checkout conversion rate. Now, if you want to improve your conversion rate, let's say you identify that your add to carts are low, what are you gonna do? Like, maybe you're not communicating the value of a product the right way. So then you would go ahead and try and test something that makes your product seem more likable, like could be social proof, whatever. Same with the checkout. It could be that you don't have a guest checkout, or that maybe you don't have an address validator or something like that. Then you do these things, and these things move the needle on a conversion rate. Then same for average order value. Like, you just can magically increase the average order value, because that's also made up by a couple different metrics. It's the average unit price. So how much does a person spend on average? That could be influenced by, let's say, reducing discount codes, making it harder to find the coupon field, and things like that. And then also average quantity in cart. And then if you want to increase that, then you get into ideas like, okay, can we upsell something? Can we cross-sell something? Can we give quantity discounts and all these things? And that is, like, these two metrics are the main part. And if you are already focusing on both and actually are tracking both as the revenue per user, which most people also are not doing, they only track conversion rate. They just completely ignore the average order value, which is insane, because if you increase the conversion rate by 2% and average order value decreases by 2, you essentially make less profit. That's a different discussion. But yeah, so that's the one part. And if you already do that, you're on a great track. Like, don't want to discredit that. That's really good. But then most people, like, they don't care at all about their secondary economic values. Like I just said, there are so many things, like, here are just some that you might be interesting for you that you can steal, and I'm going to try and explain how you calculate them. Email newsletter, like I just said, 1,000 people sign up, 5 buy, let's say average order value is 100 euros. Then you have 500 euros divided by 1,000, so you have 50 cents economic value per user that signs up to the newsletter. App installs could be like maybe a little less or like more, let's say like 75 cents per download. So every single time, if you change something or run a test and you get more people into the app, like let's say I'm Gymshark and I want to get more people in the app, and I know that if people are actually in the app, they are more likely to buy and spend more, then there is going to be some sort of economic value to one app download. And then every time, for example, Gymshark even could run tests, or like any other company that has an app, but like with the goal increasing the app installs. And then I can try out things like download our app and get XYZ for free, or get like a free trainings plan, or free gym plan, something like that, or free meal plan. And then what you do, like, for every session, you count all these things together, like how much is this worth? And then in the end, like, you always try and calculate, like, for example, if you do a test and remove the app install button, like, yeah, maybe for the conversion rate, it's nice. But then if you combine both and try and see, well, what is actually on a revenue level and like company-wide level better, like just having the better conversion rate by removing, like, let's say maybe a newsletter sign up. So you gotta combine both. And that is why companies like Amazon, Booking, Airbnb are scaling like crazy, because they exactly know what they have to check on these metrics, secondary and primary. And yeah, we went very deep, but the one thing I want you to take away, conversion rate optimization simply is not about conversion rate. It's about a lot more. And I hope you had like a little aha moment and understood what it's really about. And let me know if you have any more questions about how to track that. Feel free to shoot me a DM. Hope I could help. And it's Friday, December 20th. Wishing everyone happy Christmas, and